Safety comes first at CANFOR. The following rules and regulations are designed to improve safety in the log yard for you, other drivers, and CANFOR employees. Let's start with a look at the typical route of travel drivers take through the log yard. Trucks enter the log yard from the south at 84th Avenue and proceed to the weigh scales for weigh-in. Next, they continue north to the de-wrapping stations where drivers remove their wrappers. Soon after leaving de-wrap, drivers make a turn to the right and proceed until the stop sign. Here, trucks typically will turn left, drive a short distance, and then turn left again into entrance 1, drive several hundred meters, and stop to be unloaded. Here, your logs may be taken straight to the mill, or what we call production. Once empty, trucks turn left again and return to the scales to weigh out, and then on to the cleanup area, and for a few, the trailer loader. Most trucks exit the same way they come in, south on the hauling road to 84th Avenue. Let's take a look at what it looks like on the ground. Most trucks come up the private hauling road from the south, cross 84th Avenue, and enter CANFOR's log yard. All trucks must enter the log yard from this south entrance. Speed limit in the yard is 20 kilometers per hour. Please switch to radio frequency 166.14. Smoking is not allowed anywhere in the log yard. Loaded trucks should allow empty trucks to pull onto the scales first. When driving on or off the scales, the maximum speed limit is 5 kilometers per hour. Slowly drive onto the scales, put your truck in neutral, and set the brakes. Once you get out of the truck, proper protective equipment is mandatory. Here at the scales, that includes hard hat, high visibility safety vest, and safety toe boots. Enter the scale shack with your TM9 ticket from the field. Start by scanning your ticket.
Pause on the screen, wait till the screen catches up. It's actually thinking. You can watch the little hourglass by the mouse. It fills everything in for them. All the way through. That's the confirmation screen. You can check all the data to make sure everything looks correct for you. If the data is correct for you, you click the yes. That's it. You're weighed in.
If you are confused about the procedure, please refer to the procedures manual in the scale shack. If you do not have a TM9 ticket, the procedure is much longer.
Truck ID. Contractor is a logger. You can start typing. You can use the arrow keys to arrow down each one. Or you can start typing the data. And it'll jump to that part in the field. Enter. Source. The source is a combination of the op subunit and the cut block. So you start off typing the op subunit, and from there I recommend just using the arrow keys to arrow down to the correct block. Again, you can hit enter, or you can use the mouse to select next. If you make a mistake, hit previous and it'll go back one screen. Here you're going to be looking for your sorts. Large 16, 75% full. So on the computer, you're going to select the drop down arrow or box. It's a 16 foot. Select it. Go over to species, spruce pine, unless you know it's balsam fir. Sort code is first bunk was large, and how full. It defaults to 100%, but please select the correct volume full. Do that for all 3 bunks. Goes pretty fast when you get used to it. medium 20. Don't worry about the last bunk, you don't need it on this truck. Some trucks have 4 bunks. Again, you select next. It asks you for the condition of the wood. Is it beetle kill, fire kill, or green? Almost all loads you'll just want to select green unless you know it's completely dead. Next, enter the TM9 number. On your barcode ticket, it is the load number. And just manually type that in. C000608496. And again, select next. This is back to the confirmation screen. Just confirm that you have the correct data all through. You'll want to make sure you got truck number, source, truck configuration. Those are the important ones. And again, use the mouse to select yes, the load information is correct. That's it, you're weighed in. Thanks.
Other than trainers or supervisors, no passengers are allowed in your truck beyond the weigh scales. Passengers must wait at the scale. After you leave the weigh scale, it's a short drive to the dewrapping stations. Wrappers must only be removed at one of the 2 dewrapping stations. Pull in as close as possible to the station on the driver's side. All PPE must be worn, including hard hat, safety vest, safety boots, eye protection, and gloves. Lower the D-band arms until they touch the load. Undo the cinches. Pull wrappers back towards the D-band shelter. Drivers can use the pike pull to release the cinches on the other side of their vehicle. If a wrapper gets caught up in the load and you need to go to the passenger side of your truck to release it, use the pike pull and always make sure you stay outside the orange screw piles. Never go between the screw piles and your truck where a log could fall on you. Once all your wrappers are removed, please return all arms to an upright position before driving away. Coming out of the D-wrap, trucks are to notify the loader operator of your load profile, including the size of the logs, small, medium, or large, the species, balsam or spruce pine, and whether your load is fresh cut or old harvested wood.
You can head to production.
The loader operator needs to know about special loads like salvage wood from an oil lease line, or abnormal loads like a cleanup load. These loads need to go in special decks, and it's best for the loader operator to know as soon as you leave the dewrapping station. If your load is a government sample load, please notify the loader operator as soon as you leave the scale shack. We'll have more on sample load procedures later in this video. In the log yard, use radio frequency 166.14.
Large and 2 medium 20-ton raft.
Make sure the loader operator acknowledges you when you speak to him or her. Shortly after leaving the dewrappers, the road turns to the right. Signs point you in the direction of the log yard. Stop at the stop sign. Loaders coming from the south will be traveling faster than you, and they have the right-of-way. Use warning lights at all times in the log yard. Turn left at the stop sign. If you are directed to go to production, turn left at entrance 1. At production, many loads go directly to the mill. This is what entrance 1 looks like on the ground. A sign directs you to go left. When another truck is being unloaded, always stay at least 2 truck lengths back. In winter, you may instead be directed to entrance 2, which is further to the north and is the entrance to the north winter yard. This is what entrance 2 looks like on the ground. Once the truck in front of you has been unloaded and pulled away, do not immediately pull ahead. Wait until the loader operator gives you the go-ahead first. Be patient. Loader operators may be operating under the mill channel and may not be able to communicate with your truck at the moment, or their hands might be busy with the controls while they're moving a load. Loaders always have the right-of-way. Before traveling behind a loader, ensure you have either radio or eye contact with the loader operator. Otherwise, in dusty or snowy conditions, the loader operator may not see you approaching. At CANFOR in Grande Prairie, there are 3 different log loaders. The 988 is the big boy and can grab one full bunk of logs all at once. Compare that to the smaller bite of his younger brother, the 980. It takes this loader 2 or 3 trips to unload a bunk. The high-decker, like its name suggests, is capable of putting logs in high places. Obviously, every truck driver hopes they get the 988 for faster unloading, but that is not always possible. Be patient. Sometimes 2 of the loaders will work together to unload your truck. Drivers must stay in their truck at all times while being unloaded. Logs at CANFOR are sorted into decks according to species, size, and whether it's fresh or old harvested wood. This is deck 305. The loader operator will tell you which deck your logs went to. It's important that you make note of those deck numbers and record them for each of your bunks. You will need this information to complete your profile when you weigh out. Once unloaded, wait for the loader operator to give you the okay to pull away. Head back past the mill and go back to the scales to weigh out. When weighing out,
Okay, come in, scan your barcode. Again, you just wait. Okay. And you can select the drop down for the yard. Select the yard that the loader operator told you he unloaded at for each bunk. And then you select next. Again, you'll get a confirmation screen. Ensure everything looks correct for you. Yes to accept. Some people don't. Trips and statements. You can stick the barcode on the front in the open area, or you can put it on the back of the ticket. Either or. Doesn't matter. Throw it in the basket, you're good to go. Truck ID. Enter. Contractor or logger. Enter. Source for private purchase wood is always a legal land location. You can start typing the number or just arrow down to the correct source. Enter. Again, we're going to enter in length, 16 foot. Species is spruce pine. Sort code, small. And how full is the bunk? 100%. Next bunk, 16 foot. Spruce pine, medium, 100%. Last bunk, 16 foot. Spruce pine, medium. Down on the bottom, next. Select the condition, beetle kill, fire kill, green. Next, enter TN9 number, U004426287. Next, again confirm everything is good. Then select yes, load information is correct. Manually weighing the truck out. Enter truck number in. Bring up your bunks. Enter in the deck you unloaded at. You can use a bar on the side here to scroll down, or you can just use the wheel on the mouse to select the correct deck. Do that for each bunk. Next, Everything fills in, make sure everything is correct. Yes. The load will print. And take your manual ticket. Tear the carbons out. Take your printed ticket. Again, double check your weights. Make sure your weights are correct on your ticket. Gross, tear, net weight. Just to make sure that you got the right information. Paper is perforated so it will fold in thirds. Take one copy with the white copy of your ticket. Staple it together. Throw it in the basket. The other copies you can take with you or put a copy into the pigeonhole unit on the wall for your contractor.
Any damage to your truck or trailer must be dealt with prior to leaving the yard. If you are making a claim, damage report forms are available at the scale shack. Any damage or injury must be reported to the log yard supervisor before leaving scales. After weighing out, head south. Turn to the left and pull into the cleanup area to do any required maintenance. Proper personal protective equipment is still required. The trailer loaders are located south of the cleanup area. Operators must load their own trailers. Please follow the posted safe work procedures. Never exceed the maximum posted lifting capacity of the trailer hoist. Never put your fingers or hands in a pinch point with the hook or molly. If you see anything unsafe about the trailer hoist, report it to the log yard supervisor or scales immediately. Most trucks exit the log yard from the south end. When clear, go to the left side of the road so that you can make a wide turn onto 84th Avenue heading west. You are permitted to exit the log yard from the west side onto 108th Street. However, you are not allowed to enter the log yard this way. Now it's time to look at government sample loads. Use this information to fill out the pink card with a felt pen. It is very important that you follow the proper procedures for a sample load. Failure to do so will result in a fine or suspension. Make 3 copies of the pink card.
Grab the stapler.
Take a staple gun and staple 1 pink card to each bunk of logs. Please use enough staples to ensure that the card will not blow off in a strong wind.
Just like that.
Immediately notify the loader operator that your load has been selected as a government sample load. For sample loads, the route of travel changes once you reach the stop sign. Instead of turning left, you'll turn right and go south. Here's what it looks like on the ground. Turn right after the stop sign and go a considerable distance to the south where you'll come to an intersection. Most sample loads go to yard A1, so you'll need to turn left. You'll likely see other sample loads already on the ground. Wait here for a loader operator to direct you. If deck A1 is full, you will be directed here to deck A2, immediately west of A1 and slightly closer to the mill. Sample loads are later spread out in preparation for inspection by the government scaler. By adhering to the rules and regulations shown in this video, the CANFOR log yard will be a safer and more efficient place for all of us.